level 5, and actually gets surrounded now, so we'll need to blink straight to the shop where she buys a moonstone and a clarity potion, and we'll just be getting out of here. And meanwhile, Padash staying at tier 1, building more wisps, and it looks like HLA has no plans of teching either, so this is going to be a purely tier 1 battle by the looks of things. Another Ancient of War going up in the back of the base for Padash, and it looks like this Warden just constantly at low hit points. Needs to be so careful. This Warden really needs to be, oh my god, very nearly getting surrounded there. And obviously Warden down to pretty low mana, and really all the mana she has needs to go on those Shadow Strikes now. Really can't afford to be letting anything else, letting your mana go anywhere else. And it's a shame that really that Padash never crept out this Goblin Lab, because what would be really nice now would be a Goblin Zeppelin. You could do all kinds of harassment, and it looks like actually this Warden now with an invisibility potion and using a clarity. Oh my god, this Sobi Mask has just paid off so much, because it's just been constant pressure all game. This one Ancient of War being attacked by some ghouls. I think that about time would be better spent though trying to take down buildings in this main though. And it looks like actually this Death Knight now in a bit of trouble. Warden needs to get out of here as well, but it looks like the Death Knight did damage. Actually no, Death Knight's going to go down. Death Knight goes down. Padash will be very pleased to see his experience jump up there a fair bit, and that means that that level 3 Death Knight really it's going to take a very long time to come back. In the meanwhile, Padash can do a lot of good, even though he basically just does his Warden at this point. And going to be getting all the healing he can, and then just trying to pick off these ghouls one by one. Still no tech here from Padash, so I think it'd be quite nice too. Maybe we'll see that Death Knight Tavern back. That might be quite a wise move at this point. And look at all these ghouls. Definitely these low ghouls should be microed away at this point, just because they're basically free experience, and he has no way of healing them up. And this low Warden just jumping back and forth, using another clarity potion, and there's just been so much mana regeneration used by this Warden between the Sobi Mask and the clarities and everything, and all the moon wells and stuff. It's been really quite incredible. And you can see with this Shadow Strike, the Warden can basically just one-shot those ghouls. Needs to get one Shadow Strike and then one hit, and now that's enough to kill the ghouls. And looks like this Warden actually being forced in a very bad position now, right in the back of her base. And what an intense game this has been. One archer there being forced to hide, and more Ancient of Wonders going up for Padash, as well as these Ancients of War being uprooted and trying to do a bit of damage to these ghouls. They'll never actually get the kill, but they'll do the damage, and that's what you really need to get. And it looks like more ghouls are just pumping in this whole time. Actually, I'm not sure what's happened to this Warden at this point, but it looks like actually the Warden was just shopping there. I didn't see her. And it looks like the Warden did buy a did buy a potion of vulnerability, but then immediately used it. And so it looks like a Warden actually in a bit of a bad position here. Really needs to get healed up a lot more, but very close to level 6 now. And if this Warden hits level 6, that could be quite the game changer, because Avatar Vengeance is so strong. And it looks like even though Padash has been on the defensive this whole time, actually has very low hit points as well, buying a scroll of healing just to get that little bit of healing just for that Warden. It might well be just enough to hold off this army. The Death Knight should be back fairly soon. Death Knight is actually back already, and using a Staff of Teleportation to get straight back into the battle with another Rod of Necromancy. So many more skeletons, and there's not a shortage of corpses, and this Warden so close to level 6, you will get it right there. No mana for Avatar Vengeance though, but eventually that will come up, and obviously you don't really need level 3 Blink. It's really nice in a long game where you're having to get all this mobility, but in a game like this where all the action is focused right in the base, that level 3 Blink isn't too important, and it's much better just to get that Avatar Vengeance, even though it costs a bit of money. If you can ever get your Ancient of Wonders up just to get a bit of extra mana regeneration, that would be so nice. And Padash meanwhile going to lose his Ancient of War, and looks like HLA now going to try and go for a surround here on this Warden, and again just managing to get it. Again, it's not that it'll get the kill, but it wastes a bit of mana, takes a bit of health off, which means that Moon Juice is used a bit less effectively, and it's generally quite a nice move, because that Warden can only attack one of your units. And so it looks like actually Padash now going to be trying to focus down a couple of these buildings. I think Padash does have a couple more buildings surviving, even though HLA is now going to try and take out the main. Very gutsy move. I think he might actually be able to get it. These wisps coming out, he will need to take them down first. Excuse me. Avatar Vengeance being brought out, and it looks like actually Death Knight hitting level 4 now, and so we'll have level 2 Aura, maybe? I don't even know what he's going to choose. He's chosen level 2 Coil actually at this point, just so he can try and focus down those units a bit faster. I think Aura would actually be quite a nice choice at this point. Meanwhile, Blink being used very nicely to save this Warden, keep it out of the way, and actually it looks like those Wisps did manage to keep that Tree of Life alive. Very nice there. And it looks like these spirits of vengeance are just gonna be able to do so much damage. Really, really hard to fight against something like this for HLE. Even though he only has to fight basically this one warden, because that's basically the only thing worth focusing down. You can try and go for the Avatar of Vengeance, but with 1200 hit points, really hard, especially considering this warden is 80 hit points. It's so much more tempting to go for now. And actually, it looks like HLA losing his rally points for 3 of his schools. That's a bit careless of him, but I think he'll probably realize that fairly soon when he realizes that the grunt or the ghouls have stopped coming. And this warden now again buying a potion of invulnerability. I wonder if she'll buy another invulnerability or another healing scroll, or finally retrain to Fan of Knives. I think it's a bit late now to do it, but certainly it'd be very nice. This hide just about to wear off, but fortunately HLA running out before that hide wears out. Very, very gutsy play there by that warden, sticking in there, because if that hide had run out, obviously you need to rely on being able to blink out before that coil hit you. And actually this Death Knight with just enough mana for a coil now, so HLA knows he needs to stay out of there. And obviously with level 2 coil you can take a lot of damage now, and you really need to be careful, because if Padash loses his warden, then that's just game over. Like, there's no two ways about that. And so it looks like HLA running in yet again. Go try and take out this Ancient of Wonders. Will Padash be able to buy an item in time? It looks like he probably will be able to buy the Clarity Potion, and will get out of there before taking any attacks. There's one ghoul trying to chase him down, and actually looks like Padash decides that he'd rather just try and get some hits in. And it looks like actually he just knew that he couldn't stand to just let his Tree of Life go down, and so he needs to keep his warden in this fight no matter how painful it is. This Avatar of Vengeance still in the fight as well, and actually running out a bit of time. Looks like ghouls are now again rallying to HLA, and it looks like Padash just can't get up any buildings at all. Level 7 now on this warden, so it's another level of blink by the looks of things. Unfortunately, not going for never going for that Fan of Knives, which would be really awesome, I think. But it looks like very much HLA is on the back foot now, just being chased away. Even though this low warden's here, he does have that invulnerability potion. That Sobi Mask has been so brilliant all game long, just constantly ensuring that he has enough mana to use his Shadow Strike, which is obviously quite a low mana spell. And, ooh, will Death Knight get surrounded here? That could be terrible. Death Knight does get surrounded here, uses his scroll or his Staff of Teleportation though. Thank God he had that. And it looks like actually this warden will be able to run back. Gonna try and actually no, he's not rebuilding his Ancient of Wonders for once. It's a bit surprising. Oh no, he is now. That Ancient of Wonders is just such a critical thing to have. Looks like actually one Wisp pulling out these units so that he can buy some mercs. Actually no, he doesn't have any Wisp here. I'm not sure why he pulled out those units. Generally it's quite easy just to pull out those creeps, but you need to have that second Wisp to go and buy by those mercs, which would actually be quite useful in this situation, just for the healing on that warden, and then keeping that Shadow Priest out of the battle would be quite nice. And meanwhile, it looks like HLA did manage to use Death Pack to heal up his Death Knight, so he is back in the battle. Only level 4 though. And meanwhile, these ghouls are now going to town now on this Tree of Life. This Tree of Life now in a bit of trouble, but it looks like the ghouls are turning around. Those Wisps will be allowed to repair a bit, and HLA popping a healing scroll and getting out another Avatar of Vengeance, but there's no skeletons for him, and this Tree of Life now down to very low hit points. And it looks like HLA could actually take this if he manages to take out this Tree of Life and then stop any rebuilding, because he will just have the income. He can play the long game after that. Tree of Life goes down. Padash now with a very low warden only, needs to be so careful to keep this warden alive now. Oh, the Avatar of Vengeance gets surrounded. Very, very nice there by HLA. That's really the only way you're going to take it down, and it gives a whole bunch of experience as well. Very nice. And this warden now popping a Clarity. None of the ghoul finally turns around to cancel it, and GG there from Padash. What an amazing game. HLA takes it after being on the back foot for so long. Brilliant, brilliant game. Very, very nice. Very constant aggression. That Sobi Mask was so nice for Padash, but unfortunately I think training to Fan of Knives would have been a nice choice there. But what a brilliant game. So I'll try and bring you some more games very soon. I'm currently, as with every player in the European Union, very, very excited for StarCraft 2 servers to be going up, and very frustrated they're not up yet. So I'll be playing that for a couple of days, and hoping to bring you some more games, excellent games, as soon as they come out. Thank you very much, folks. Goodbye.